Episode 21. Hae disciplinae igitur si sibi consentaniae velant esse, de officio nihil queant dicere, neque ulla officii praecepta firma, stabilia, conjuncta naturae trari possunt, nisi aut habiis qui solam, aut habiis qui maxime honestatem, propter se dicant expetendam, ita propria est ea praeceptio stoicorum, academicorum, peripateticorum, quoniam Aristonis, Pyrrhonus, Erili, iam pridem explosa sententia est, qui tamen haberent ius suum disputandi de officio, si rerum aliquem dilectum reliquissent, ut ad officii inventionem additus esset. The first portion of this selection has already been covered in a previous episode, so we will go through it somewhat quickly. These schools of thought, therefore, if they want to be internally consistent about duty, they can say nothing, nor can any praecepta, any instructions that are reliable, unshakable, and consistent with nature, any praecepta officii, any teachings on duty, be handed down, nisi, unless or except out and out, either by those who say, and this is subjunctive because it's a relative clause of characteristic, that is the kind of people who say that honestatem alone, solam honestatem expetendam, ought to be sought, or ought to be striven for, we might say, or by those habeis qui say, who say that, dicant, that honestatem ought to be sought, most of all, propter se, for its own sake. So I'm taking propter se with both solam and maxime, who say that it alone should be sought for its own sake, or say that it ought to be sought more than anything else, maxime, for its own sake. Only such persons, according to Cicero, can have any sort of teaching on duty. Thus, ita, he says, the teaching of these three groups, Stoics, Academics, and Peripatetics, the followers of Aristotle, the teaching is propria. That teaching is propria. It's unique to them because, or inasmuch as, the sententia, the position, this means not an opinion or a sentence, but the philosophical position of Aristo, of Pyrrho, and Erillus, that position has long since, iam pridem, been invalidated or disproven, refuted, explosa. So, teaching on ethics, praeceptio, is the proper domain, propria est. It belongs to these three groups because the sententia, the philosophical position of these three men, Aristo, Pyrrho, and Erillus, has long been discredited. Which persons, nevertheless, would have, that's present, it's contrary to fact present, would have their own right of arguing about ethics if they had left behind any way of choosing between different kinds of things, making choices, such that there would be, there would be a way of approach to the discovery, ad inventionem, of ethics. So here is the protasis, the C clause, si reliquissent, with the pluperfect subjunctive, contrary to fact past. If they had left behind any way of making choices between things, then nevertheless they would have presently, contrary to fact present, this is the apodosis, some right to argue about ethics, because then there would be a way to get at the discovery of ethics. But since they didn't, then they have no such right. And here's Pyrrho of Elis.